Hello everyone, I am Hina, Assistant Professor, Sanatan Dharam College, Ambala, Kent. Today, in this lecture, we will study the concept of motivation. So, what is motivation? It is the process of encouraging employees so that they may achieve their objectives or organization's objectives very smoothly. It produces goal-directed behavior. It means if we will say a promotion may be given to only that particular employee who will give the best performance, then they of course will get motivated. So here are two types of factors that can influence the motivation. First is intrinsic, that is self-generated. They have a deeper and long-term effect. This is self-generated internal feeling that I want to do that particular work. And second one is extrinsic. It means what is done for people to motivate them. Like we can motivate our employees that you will get the reward, you will get the promotion, or if you will not do that particular work, you will be punished. So in this way, we can say that this is extrinsic motivation. So here are some of features of motivation. That is the inherent feeling, internal feeling. If an employee has internal feeling that this is my organization, I'll have to do something for this particular organization, then of course they will automatically get motivated. Second one is leads to higher performance level. If the employees are motivated, then of course it will lead to the higher performance level. Their performance will be greater. Next one is continuous process. It is not like that for one task we get motivated and we did it, but for second task we are dumb. No, it is a continuous process. It means for one task, if our employees are motivated, then for the second task, you again have to get them motivated for different rewards, for different incentives. Fourth one is promotes morale of employees. Of course, it promotes the morale of employees. How? Because if they will be motivated, whether for monetary benefits or non-monetary benefits, then they will do more and more work and ultimately their morale will be promoted. Next one is required at all levels. It is not like that motivation is required only at lower level. No. It is required at the top level, middle level as well as lower level. So next one is dynamic concept. Motivation means the driving force within individuals that impels them to take action. It is considered to be dynamic in nature as it constantly changes in reaction to life experiences. Like when one goal is achieved, an individual tries to attain the new goal. So these all are the features of motivation. Now, one definition from Edwin B. Flippo, that is motivation is the process of attempting to influence others to do their work through the possibility of gain or reward. So, moving forward, here are some more definitions given by different experts. That is, motivation means a process of stimulating people to action, or can be defined as willingness to expend energy to achieve a goal, or it is an inner mental state, or it means to induce people to act in a desired manner. So these are some definitions given by different persons. So next is theories of motivation. First one is Maslow's need hierarchy theory. This is most famous and most important theory. Here we can see that hierarchy starts from psychological needs, safety needs, love needs or belongingness needs, and then esteem needs, and then self-actualization needs. So basic needs are there, then further esteem and belongingness needs are there, and then last is self-actualization need. It is also called as 5-tier model. Next is Herzberg motivation hygiene theory. He defined 2-factor theory that states there are certain factors in the workplace that cause job satisfaction, while there are also some separate factors which may cause dissatisfaction, which are called as hygiene factor. So satisfied factors, that is motivators, are maybe recognition, maybe reward, maybe responsibility, but hygiene factor maybe low status, maybe less job security or salary or fringe benefits. So we can see here 2 types, 2 factors. First, we can see here job dissatisfaction, that is hygiene factor, and second one is motivator, that is job satisfaction factor. So these came under these factors. Now next one is McClelland needs theory. It states that needs for achievement, power and affiliation influence the behavior of an individual. So he defines need for achievement, need for power and need for affiliation. Need for achievement means that drives a person to work and even struggle for the objective that he wants to achieve. And need for power, that desires within a person to hold control and authority over another person. And need for affiliation is the urge of a person to have interpersonal and social relationship with others. They seek to work in groups by creating friendly and long-lasting relationships. McGregor's participation theory explains 2 factors, that is theory X and theory Y. Theory X is negative, which just define punishment, and if an employee is not doing the work in a significant manner, then they may be punished. And theory Y is positive. If an employee is doing work in an efficient manner, they will get the reward instead of punishment. I mean, in negative theory, negative factors are defined, and in positive theory, only positive factors are defined. Now, the theory Z, which explain that each individual should know the organizational goals precisely and the amount of contribution through his efforts towards these goals. Each individual should also know that the relation of organizational goals is going to satisfy his or her needs positively. Next is Vroom's expectancy theory. It is founded on the basic notion that people will be motivated to exert a high level of effort when they believe there are relationships between the efforts they put and performance they achieve and the reward. It means employees only do the work only when they will get the reward. Only then they will put their efforts if they will get the reward. Next is ERG theory. E for existence. That needs are similar to Maslow's theory, safety needs theory. R for relatedness. That involves interpersonal relationship. Next is growth theory, that is related to attainment of one's potential and are associated with the Maslow's esteem and self-actualization needs.